Hey guys, Jared here, and welcome back to another episode of Nintendo Fanboyz. I'm doing something different today, obviously. I'm talking to you guys in a vlog setting. I've got a beard growing here, I just haven't had a chance to shave, and I have a really bad cold, so I'm going to be going like this and everything like that. Steven is crazy busy right now, so he said, go ahead, Jared, and do a podcast. And I wanted to do something a little bit different since it's just solo. I didn't want to just speak into the microphone and have gameplay footage running. So I figured, well, what the hell? I'll go ahead and I'll do the vlog instead, this format. But this is officially I was going to say Canadian Gamers, a Nintendo Fanboyz. So first things first, we're going to start with Miibo news, and I have my Miibo right here, my little friend. Aww. The little old Cap'n. Honestly, I haven't paid any attention, so I have no idea if there's actually any Amiibo news whatsoever. Today I really wanted to talk about primarily the big news that was just announced at the time of this recording. I am recording this on Wednesday, so you guys have probably seen this on Friday. Or Saturday, or Sunday. Well, no, not Saturday, but maybe on Sunday. But anyways, whatever. So just wanted to have like some of my reactions to all the big Nintendo news that that was released. So basically, there was Nintendo financials got released, and they announced a whole buttload of stuff. And I've written most of this stuff down. I hope I don't forget anything, but you guys will let me know if I do. Okay. Okay. So to start off, they talked about financials. Ooh, I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty, but basically profits are down 60.6%. That's not good. They projected sales for the Wii U for the next fiscal year to be 800,000 units, 800,000 worldwide the next year. Ow. 5 million 3DS, even that. Ouch, that's not great. And they said that the 3DS had its worst year since launch, which makes sense. The new 3DS really has not done much for them. They do have some big games coming out, but that too, they showed a forecast of games that they have coming out, and there's really, guys, there's not much. Thankfully, in North America, we have Dragon Quest 7 and 8 to look forward to. We have Pokemon X and Y, Sun and Moon we have to look forward to, but there's really not much, man. And on Wii U, that's on 3DS, and on Wii U it's even more like sparse. What is it? I don't know. You basically have Mario and Luigi. Whatever. No, what am I saying? Mario and Luigi. It's Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. Whoop-de-doo. And you also have what is it? Oh, what the hell was it? The Paper Mario. There's another Paper Mario game that they have coming out, but we don't know too much about. And then pretty much like Zelda. There are a few other, things here and there, but for the most part, there's like nothing coming out. And why does this matter for 2016? What's the big deal? Who cares, right? Like, we've got Zelda this year. Zelda, baby, Zelda. Oh, no you don't. Zelda has been delayed to 2017. Ow! Now, a lot of people are making some speculation here, but we don't actually know this. We know that it's been delayed to 2017, and Nintendo announced that the NX, their next console, portable, hybrid, we don't know, is going to be coming out in 2017. March 2017, to be specific. But they did not say that Zelda would be a launch title. That's everybody assuming. I read through all the different reports. They never said that, oh, it would launch alongside the the NX. Meaning that it is entirely possible that Zelda is like a holiday release or something like that in 2017. I doubt it. I'm pretty sure it's going to be an NX launch title. But I did find that kind of interesting, and a lot of people have missed that. They're like, no, it says. Well, what I read, I did not see anything that said that Zelda would be specifically a launch title for the NX. So, okay, a lot of stuff to talk about that. So first off, Zelda coming out for NX and Wii U 2017, gonna be launched same exact time. That they confirmed. Are you surprised? You shouldn't be. If you've been watching Nintendo Fanboyz, you know that Steven and I have been saying for a long time now that there was no chance in hell that this game was going to come out on just the Wii U. There was just no chance of that. It just also likely means that this particular Zelda game is going to sell a lot better on the NX than it will on the Wii U. It's what happened with Twilight Princess, and unless the NX is absolutely god-awful in terms of its concept, the same exact thing most likely will happen here. We also now 100% know for sure that the Wii U will go down in history as being Nintendo's worst-selling home console of all time. And that's really sad, unless you count the Virtual Boy, but people like to say that was vaporware. So that's kind of sad. Zelda hitting the NX and the Wii U, I don't really have much to say about that. It's like, okay, we all expected this for a long, long time now. I just hope they do something to really take advantage of the NX hardware. And Steven, if he was here, he would say, yeah, but launch titles never do that. And he'd be right. They never do take advantage of the system fully. But I hope it's not just a carbon copy. You know what I mean? Like, I hope there's something that they do to make it worthwhile to purchase that particular version over the Wii U version. We'll see. So, NX launching in March 2017. What do I think about that? Well, to be really honest, I've been, in the gaming industry one way or another and following it and everything like that for a long time. Long, long time. And I don't think I have ever seen a mainstream console from a first party ever ship that early. It's almost always in September because that's when people want to spend money. Right? Like towards the holiday season. And so I don't know about this. The only system that I can think of where it launched earlier than that was the Saturn. But you can't really compare this to the Saturn because the Saturn was a surprise launch, which is it just totally, fumbled right out of the gate. With this though, that's an unusual time frame. Like, not this holiday season would lead one to believe, well, okay, it's not ready, right? Like, that's why they're going to move it into March. But if they're really going to do that, that must mean it's quite far. Because realistically, the way these things work, you really want that specific time frame for a new console. You do. Everyone does. This isn't Nintendo just saying, you know what, no, let's buck a trend and let's do something else. I'm telling you right now, no way. They're doing that out of necessity, which means that's probably just a target. Meaning that this could go into summer of 2017. That also leads me to believe, like, okay, well, if it's truly not ready for prime time this holiday season, the chances are pretty high that this thing was really rushed. And when I say rushed, I don't mean rushed as in the sense, oh, let's rush it to market. No, if they would have done that, they would have launched it this holiday season. But it means, to me anyway, that I have a feeling that the Wii U's really poor performance took Nintendo off guard. They didn't see that happening. And by it happening, it sort of forced Nintendo's hand here. Like, they're like, what can they do? They're at the point where, like, the Wii U can't sell any worse. It's doing so poorly, it's unbelievable. And if it's true that the NX is a hybrid console between a portable and a home console, it would explain why they're also not focusing on 3DS. Like, in other words, they're taking these two products and combining them into one, which I don't know if that's such a great idea because of the business aspect. At least if one was successful and one wasn't so successful, they would make money off the one that was more successful. But this way, if they're putting all their eggs in one basket and it does not work, they could be in some financial trouble. Could be. I'll explain something else after. So for the NX launch there in March, I really do think the signs to me are saying that this thing is still early. Like, this thing really is not ready for prime time. I don't think this has anything to do with Zelda. I think Zelda, they're purposely holding it back now for the NX to give it the greatest chance of success they possibly can have. But I think in terms of the NX itself, in terms of hardware, there's something there. Releasing a console in March, you don't do that. People don't have money at that time of the year. And to me, it's the signs are there that there's more to this than just, oh, we're going to release it in March because, yeah. I think this is because the console was just so early on when they realized, oh crap, we need to have it out like now, and we can't. So they also were talking about the fact that Wii U production most likely will stop in 2018. That's crazy. If you think of that, that's only a year after the other platform is out, and they said maybe it could even be earlier. To give you an idea here, the Xbox 360 just stopped production this year. That's crazy. It's like 11 years or 12 years or whatever the hell it was released. Yeah, when was that really? Anyway, whatever the case may be, it could be even longer. It's sad. It's truly sad about the Wii U, but I mean, it's understandable. This platform didn't sell, so that's it. So I'm telling you guys this, from a collector's standpoint, go buy everything you can for the Wii U. Because this thing, this bad boy, is going to be worth a mint in the future one day. Because I really do believe it's going to be like the Dreamcast. People are going to be looking all over the place for games for this thing. So just make sure you go pick up all the accessories, all the games, all the whatever you want now. Or just as the NX comes out and things start going in bargain bins, start picking up whatever it is that you want. Because I really do think moving forward this is going to get really expensive to collect for the Wii U. So anyway, now, other news that we have, let's see here. I talked about the NX March 2017. Zelda is going to hit the NX and the Wii U. We have, okay, E3, very interesting here. They also announced that Zelda will be the only thing at E3. The Wii U version will be the only thing Nintendo is showcasing at E3 in playable form. So that doesn't mean that they're not going to release a Direct or something like that. That's entirely possible. But their focus is going to be on Zelda. And they're saying it's because they want to try something new and whatever. Personally, I think E3 only has a couple years of life left in it because Sony, Microsoft, even companies like Bethesda, Ubisoft, they're holding their own events. So why why share the spotlight with other people? Like, who cares? Do your own event. You control everything. So that's weird. Everyone thought for certain that Nintendo would have their new console, to show people and whatever. And going back to what I said earlier about potentially rushing this to the market because they were not prepared, think of E3. No? Don't you agree that with E3, that would be your perfect time to showcase this brand new platform or whatever? Seems to me, if you're only going to show Zelda, and Zelda now has been delayed into 2017, something's up. Like, something is really up. And that could be they just don't have anything to show. Like, they may have the concepts, they may have prototype units, they may have whatever, but it may not actually be ready for prime time yet. Excuse me. So, see? Told you I was going to do that. So, yeah, if the platform isn't ready, like if they can't just go and be like, okay guys, so this is the controller, woo, or whatever, then that March date might just be that, just might be a date. It might not be anything else, at all. So I think that's going to be very interesting to see. It's disappointing in the sense that, like, we were all hoping that this summer we could see something, get excited for Nintendo products and whatever. And I'll be honest, I'm really happy with the 2 Dragon Quest games. You got Pokemon later on in the year. That's cool. I mean, that's enough for me. Wii U, unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to use at all for the whole rest of the year, which is sad, man. But c'est la vie. But that's got to be it. That has to be it. They're saying that later on in the year, they're going to do something and showcase and reveal the platform. So maybe they'll do something like Space World, or they'll hold their own event and be like, well, here's the NX. And I probably have said Wii U a million times instead of NX, but that's because my head's all blah, blah, and I'm Jared. I do that all the time. So yeah, they'll probably hold like a Space World type thing for NX, and that would be great. That'd be cool. But I think it's going back to proving what I was saying before, that I just don't think this thing is ready. I think that because the Wii U sales are so poor, they had to do something and something quickly in order to, so their stock doesn't plummet, so that they don't, they're not in a financial crisis. The fact that the 3DS is not sustaining them in the sense that it's really slowing down now, its sales, they got to do something. They have to. They have to do something. So that's going to be intriguing. Of course, I'm disappointed with finding out that only Zelda is going to be playable. But again, there's nothing stopping them from potentially saying, well, you know, here's a direct, here's a couple things coming out. I think they have to do that. If they don't do that, this is going to be worse than after when Skyward Sword came out. If you remember The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword for the Wii, that was brutal, man. There was like nothing coming out on the Wii at that particular point in time. And this could be worse. I think there's something like 3 games that we know are in development for the Wii U, period. Like, I don't think there's like anything else coming out except for just a handful of games. You guys are you know, you're more in the loop than I am, so that, you know, there might be a few other things, but high caliber games, I don't think so. I really, really don't think so. So the other thing that they mentioned was some mobile stuff. So they said that Miitomo is now at 10 million users worldwide, and alongside that they're like, hey, we're ready to talk about more mobile games. And I mean, let's be honest, Miitomo is at 10 million users. Now we don't know, you know, how much money they're actually making off of that, but still, that's a lot of people, man. So they announced that Fire Emblem and Animal Crossing would be coming to mobile. They said it would be much more gaming specific, and like Steven said, DNA, the company that's making these games for them, they only make like free-to-play games, so how the hell is that going to work? I'm always like, when I think like Candy Crush and those type of games that are on like Facebook and things like that, where it's all like time-based, so you can only do so many things, and then it's like, you know, return back tomorrow, or use real-world money and purchase, you know, additional whatever. It could very well be like that. Who knows? But I think we're going to start to see more and more things like this. Nintendo needs money right now. Yes, they have all kinds of money in the bank and things like that, but let's be honest, guys. If there's like Bubkiss coming out for the rest of the year on the Wii U, the 3DS has a handful of games, great games, mind you, fantastic games. Super excited for a lot of the games on there. But you know, it's a company. They need to make money. There has to be a constant flow of cash coming in here, and it doesn't look like that's really going to be happening with the Wii U. And now that NX we know is targeted for March 2017, I'm telling you, I'm so worried that that's going to be rushed. The fact that they're not showing it at E3, which is in a few weeks from now, really leads me to believe that they can't show it in a few weeks from now. Maybe they could show you the concept, prototypes, blah, 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 but they wouldn't be able to make the actual units necessary for E3. And if that's true, oh boy, because then it's like, oh man, they were really not prepared for this, and that means that the launch could be like exceedingly rushed. And I'm really hoping that's not the case. But they're going to have to do something, and I'm hoping it's like the Virtual Console or something in order to tide Nintendo fans over, because something's got to give, man. Something's got to give. This is going to be a messed up couple of months, especially with, we got the PlayStation Neo, and we've got Microsoft, all these rumors saying that they're doing something with their hardware. Like, goodness, this is going to be crazy to see exactly what happens. So that's pretty much all my thoughts on that. I'm still very much looking forward to Zelda. Zelda's going to be awesome. I don't mind it going to both platforms, and I think it's the logical move for Nintendo to do, absolutely. I'm just much more concerned about that March timeline. Like, I really don't like how that appears. Especially, like, when I heard that, and then the next sentence I read is that, oh, it's not going to be at no NX stuff at E3. I was like, oh man, the signs are all like there, the warning signs basically telling you, is this thing even ready? And if it's not ready, and they're just like, okay, you know what, who cares? Just take Zelda that was on Wii U and just freaking port it over. It doesn't matter. Who cares? They make it the exact same game. It doesn't matter. Just make sure we have something. And we'll know more as we get closer, you know, to March 2017. But I'll tell you, if we don't hear about some deeper, more engrossing or enriching titles for the NX, and it's like just Zelda, they're just focusing on Zelda, then oh man, then that's pretty much the proof in the pudding. So, last little thing, I didn't, you know, normally we have reader mail and stuff like that we go through, if we have like good comments and stuff like that. We have the blast from the past. I'm actually going to do a blast from the past today, so Steven will have to catch up, damn it. So last time I talked about this game right here, which was Wendy Every Which Way. This was a really, really cute little title. I even did a review for it, and the response has been pretty good. A lot of you guys were like, oh, cool, you know, never heard of this, let me go check it out, whatever. Excuse me. So I figured I'd do something similar. Another Game Boy game. This one was for the Game Boy Color. I may have said Advance. That's because I was looking at this right here, which is Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, The Pumpkin King. So this is for the Game Boy Advance, and I know, like, we like to talk about, you know, like hidden gems and things like that. Well, I consider this a hidden gem. I originally reviewed this way back on the old site. I don't remember what I gave it. Oh, you hear the mascots calling. I think I gave it like 7, 8, something like that. But it is a hidden gem. If you can find this on the cheap, this is a really, really good game. It's funny because it tells you on the back, I don't know if you can see it where my finger is there. It tells you it's actually for, like, it works on the Game Boy Advance and the Nintendo DS. So it tells you that this was actually released extremely late in the life of the Game Boy Advance. And based on the copyright here, it's showing me 2001. What this game is it's actually a Metroidvania style game. Very cool game. It wasn't the most original, but it's still a very interesting game. Really good production values, really tight controls. I will be doing a review for this one when we switch gears into Retro Wednesday with portable games. I want to highlight this one because it's fun. The thing was, the one disappointment I remember with this was the fact that there were certain abilities you would get, but you'd get them directly at point of use. Okay, so in other words, like, let's say you needed to shrink down, you had to jump in like an acid barrel or something to do with that effect, and it would be located directly where you needed to shrink down. So that kind of broke up some of the exploration aspects, but you still did get additional weapons that you could use in other areas and things like that. And it was, again, another licensed game, much like Wendy Every Which Way. Very surprising on both counts. Both were excellent games. I think Wendy Every Which Way was a little bit better as an overall game, but this had multiplayer in it. It had just, like, a lot of mini games, a lot of collectibles. It was a really well thought out game, and it came together really, really well. I was really surprised by this when I got this way back when. It was one of the very first games I got as a review copy all those years ago by Buena Vista Interactive, also known as Disney. So that's the blast from the past. This is a game I would highly recommend just checking out. If you're a fan of action platformers, certainly worth checking out. And also, I would suggest moving your little tuchus, because again, anytime I do these videos now, I find prices on eBay start going up and up and up as people try and get their hands on some of these. So definitely, if you're interested, go ahead and pick it up. It shouldn't be too expensive right now, I hope. I don't really know, I haven't checked. So that's that. So guys, obviously not the longest podcast ever. It's not even really technically a podcast, but I really wanted to get that out about how I felt about the NX and some of the news and stuff. And hopefully Steven will be able to join me next time around. He just had a really crazy weekend this weekend. And I really wanted to discuss what I thought of the NX and the news about Zelda coming to both platforms, and the fact that E3 they're not going to talk about it, and that weird March release date for the platform. So that's pretty much going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll be back to the regular format probably with the next video. So to all you guys on Twitter that shot out a message to ask us, I really want to hear you guys what you thought about all this news. Well, I hope you're happy. Again, if any of you guys ever want to see specific videos or anything like that, shoot us a message we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, you can reach us here. Just, shoot us a message and we'll be glad to, try and make videos that you guys want to see. All right, guys, until next time.